Are we rolling? Give my good side, would you?
This is a story about how a personal feud between an influential Russian author dog and a simple British chimney sweep would revolutionise the most important meal of the day, ushering in a new era of eating. Doggy awoke on what was to be an eventful morning with an odd feeling, an empty sensation of the stomach. The kind of which, although he'd felt before, he'd never thought about before. Doggy believed there was only one solution to this problem: to make a meal out of milk and cereal. What Doggy didn't realise was that at the same time, events were unfolding that would set into motion a new breakfast arms race. At the opposite end of the kitchen, a chimney sweep turned sound engineer was using a grill to heat 2 slices of bread, a practice he termed hot bread, although would later be known worldwide by a much different name: toast, after the Earl of Toast. Doggy's olfactory system went into overdrive, driving him into a jealous rage unseen since the Cold War.
I wouldn't call it a rage as such, more a mild perturbation.
The problem was, Doggy was already committed to his cereal-based system. Backing out now would constitute an unacceptable cost to his dignity.
Got some spread, spreading
In Doggy's mind, his political rival had publicly humiliated him by employing a spread comprised of vegetable oil and water. By being cheap to manufacture, it brought an otherwise unaffordable taste to the masses, a technique that his own oligarchical efforts had failed to realise. He grew convinced of the need to counter the slow-acting vegetable fat with a more potent refined carbohydrate, thus proving his own philosophy's practical and moral superiority. By this point, personal pride renders de-escalation unfeasible. Desperate for more sugar, he turned to the artificially cultivated sweetness of the famed Musa berry. His gambit paid off, and it was now Squishy's turn to be jealous.
Oh, may I have this? Thank you.
Enraged by Squishy's invocation of outside help from Australian allies, Doggy reached for the first comparable item he could find, blinded by his emotional state into a complete disregard for the inevitably overbearing taste.
Oh no, here you go.
As a peace offering, Squishy offered Doggy a slice of toast. What Squishy didn't know, what he couldn't know, was the sheer magnitude of his peace offering, which prevented Doggy from moving on to the harder cereals, such as granola and muesli, which had previously been responsible for the rise of Italian fascism in 1922. But the peace was to be short-lived. Doggy refused the gesture, but took the proffered slice in defiance of this perceived slight. It is by this means that breakfast peace remains to this day, symbolised daily by millions of people ritualistically eating toast and cereal, blissfully unaware of the history of the meal, or how precariously they maintain their freedom, indeed their very lives, until one day the system inevitably collapses.